What an ending, guys. Jeez, you see the thumbnail, man. Jeez. It's kind of bittersweet. I'm not even going to lie to you. It's bittersweet. It's the Clevatess ending. Bro, and if you haven't seen Clevatess yet, and you're looking for what to watch, dark fantasy, it's got all the supernatural effects, great potential for world building, you need to check it out, man. Like, what? Oh, what an ending. What an ending. It wasn't even all that crazy, but it was such a beautiful wrap up to the whole situation. And yeah, man, let's get into it. So from the beginning, right, we see that, the war is still going on. Alicia is really, really trying to figure out a way to let's get some visuals up in here. Hello. Let's see. So we see that she's trying to really put on a clinic on Drell, and bro, this dude is not dying. Like, how how do you beat someone who is damn near like immortal, right? He's got his backstory, by the way, is amazing. It's pretty cool. But you can see like the power-ups the guy has, he's got the head of the previous dragon he defeated. Somehow he was able to incorporate that. I'm sure like Vorden had something to do with that, but he was able to incorporate that into his regalia. Oh, actually, no, the regalia, if I remember correctly, it takes on the power of whatever it kills first. So we get to see him like really utilize that. I think in the past couple of episodes, he explained it. But now this guy is just juiced up to the gills. Like, you see the extra, stones he's got on himself, like to power himself up. And he's just beating the crap out of both Royas and Alicia, right? And how do you even beat someone like that? That's the thing. Like, no matter what kind of techniques you did to the dude, he would just recover. So it was kind of looking pretty bleak. I had no idea. I actually thought maybe Clen was going to come back and find a way to beat him, but shout out to Alicia, man. Like, she really she came through in this episode. Like, I love the idea of going for the sword, and cause she took a gamble, right? She went for the sword and gambled that if she can break that regalia, Vorden would reject Drell, right? And it paid off. It's crazy because it's in these moments where someone is supposed to really it's like when everything looks bleak and they pull that clutch out the woodwork, it just comes out of nowhere. But it was such a gamble that paid off. And yeah, just like that, man, Drell is defeated, and it was gruesome. I mean, we all saw it. So it was some gruesome shit, but it was necessary. I can't say I feel bad for the dude. I could see where he was coming from, but yeah, like, dude was just crazy. We also got to see Luna's first steps, which is a big thing, right? One of my best friends, my godson, actually, he started walking, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't have any kids, so I'm like, how long does it take for them to start walking? And I think it's somewhere between like 8 months to a year. So if I'm going off of that logic, even though it might not necessarily be realistic, that might be how old Luna is. But we got to see him walking, and man, I don't know who the voice actor is for the babies in anime, but bro, they sell that shit, man. I almost cried some big man tears for real, because who is in the studio going crazy on the mic like that, like, making baby sounds like that? Like, it's crazy because they really sold it. I really felt like, yo, pick this baby up, like, man, stop wasting time. But yeah, we got to see his first steps, and it was a touching moment. Like, it's serious when it touches, Clan here, Mr. Gloom and Doom here. But Yeah, it was pretty cool to see that. And but it was really painful to watch him, like, reach out even when he fell. Oh. When he fell and had to pick himself up, that was serious. But also pretty, iconic in a sense. But yeah, we got to see that. We got to see, and because Drell was defeated, the war was done, and the heroes can relax. It was kind of cool to also see how everybody like put down their swords. We didn't have any, extra people like, no, I gotta get something back. Make sure I leave here with something. No, like everybody just say, the general's been defeated. Put down your weapons, surrender. Some were able to retreat, some were captured as prisoners, but the war is over, right? And another big point we got to see was, the reunion, Luna's reunion with his birth mother, right? Which was pretty cool. And I love how Clem was able to like, yo, let me give you guys an extra surprise. And he got to show them like, yeah, Luna can walk now. And everyone was able to see it there. Like they were all able to see him walking. And it was such a touching moment, because she's been really waiting for him, hoping he's alive. I can't even imagine the turmoil that must have gone through her head. One of the things that I do kind of wish you touched on was the kid who had Luna. Because if you remember, what's his name? Clan said when the queen called all of them to try to give them rewards. Oh, actually, never mind. But I wanted to know who was the person who actually gave Luna up to Clen. Like, I kind of wanted to know that person's backstory. I thought maybe the queen would recognize him. Like Clen, like, oh, aren't you? Because he took the form of that person, right? So I guess that's one of the mysteries left in season 1. But I don't know. I'm reading the manga, so I'm gonna go farther in. When I approach like new anime that I've never seen before, if season 1 is really good, I finish off with the manga. But yeah, man, it was good. We still also don't know, another mystery we don't know about is this book of Toa. I have no idea what it is. In this talk about the original humans or the original story or legend of the hero, I want to see how that plays into it. But with the dialogue that they talked about, we're guessing there's going to be multiple books and keys and artifacts and things that we have to lock. So there's so much potential for world building and so many new characters. We saw some new characters at the end. The king of Royaz's kingdom, another high-ranking general-looking guy. I couldn't get his picture, but yeah, a lot of cool stuff this episode. We also got to see, our girl, Neruru, like recognized for her efforts. Coming from where she's come from, she might be the saddest story in the whole, season so far. Right, coming from where she's come from. And sometimes it's hard for me, the more we watch it, it's hard for me to remember how she looked. And I don't know if I said this in one of my previous videos, but there was a charm about how she looked before. And it's not just because she was thick, but it was also because she just had this cutesy look, which the designers have also kept a little bit of it here. But there was this cutesy, innocent look she had, and she kind of still has it here, but it's just like it's more refined here, I guess. But there it was more shaggy, more. I don't even want to remember the backstory, but I'm glad to see she's recognized by the queen, and I would love to see what her. She also came in clutch in the battle, but I'd also love to see what her reward was. I guess she'll just keep maybe being like a wet nurse, or just be there. A maid or something, or like his protector or something. So pretty cool. Now, one sec, guys. We also got one thing I forgot to say is we also got to see his first words. He also had his first words with his mom, which was pretty cool. Which was mama, which was crazy because he's never said shit before. but those were his first words, and that was pretty cool. You know, not only did we get to see his first steps, we got to see his first words as well. Now, towards the end, I don't know if you guys caught that, but did you guys see that, you know, Clevatess, according to what the king of the, I believe, Roy's kingdom, what he said that he believes that Clevatess is in there by choice. He's still in the orb that Drell trapped him in, which is kind of crazy to me because I figured by now he'd be able to find a way out of it, right? But for whatever reason, he's choosing to stay there. And this guy is so mysterious. One thing I love about the whole story of Clevatess is that they don't really throw in ass pulls, right? And there's a lot of mystery involved. I'm not going to lie, from the beginning, because I've been watching anime for a long time. From the beginning, I thought, oh, I'd be able to predict what's going to happen, right? Oh, Clevatess is going to love the Luna, and then he's going to, you know, team up with the humans and fight against the other dark beasts, right? That was my prediction. But it might happen, but it's a lot more intricate than that. So we're starting to see it. And Clevatess is just mysterious as hell, right? Because sometimes he keeps things to himself, and it's not just to Alicia and our girl Neruru, but it's also to the viewers, because we don't get to know exactly what his plans are, right? And yeah, so he's choosing to stay in that orb. I don't know, maybe he's trying to analyze it, Vording's power. I don't know. It looks like now they're enemies. So that's crazy. So we got a giant wolf, shadow wolf versus a giant dragon. So that's gonna be, I mean, the dragons, man, they get a bad rap. They're just always the bad guys. But yeah, and then we saw it's been confirmed by multiple sources that we are getting a season 2. So I'm, you know, happy for that. Now, what I want to know from you guys is, when are we getting that season 2? Do you guys, like, when do you think we're gonna get that? Is it gonna be next year, 2027? Who knows, right? We don't know, but if you know, like, throw your best guess in the comments as well. I would also like to know how you guys would rate this season, like on a scale of 1 to 10. What was it for you? For me, it was 100% like a 8 out of 10. The only really issues I had was the animation drop, you know, in quality at certain parts, but that was maybe only it, really. And there's some parts that felt maybe not slow, but maybe it could have been animated a lot better, right? Like when Alicia did that crazy stream splitter move that destroyed all the bugs, I felt like they could have went harder on that animation. I felt like it kind of felt cheap, and that really took away from the oomph. You know, it's such a powerful move to be able to wipe out all the bugs within that radius, but the animation didn't cover it as much as I'd like. But yeah, I still think it was a very good anime. I would totally recommend it. I still do. But let me know what you guys think about it. And then at the end, you can even see on the screen, Alicia is now looking like a heathen. You know, I'm sure Clan has something to do with this disguise, but I guess we're looking at a school arc probably in season 2. So yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm gonna catch up with the manga. I'm hearing there's some issues with it, where there's like 55 released chapters already, but only like maybe 30 something have only been translated. Bro, I don't know, bro, but I can't wait. I need to go. I don't know when they're bringing this back, but just in case the quality is not the same or they take certain liberties, I'm just gonna go keep up with the manga, guys. But yeah, let me know how you guys love the anime. Let me know what you would rate it. Did you enjoy the season? What would you have liked to see more? Any mysteries that you wish were tackled? But yeah, man, it was a great anime, and can't wait to see what they have next. I will see you guys in the next one.